Have you ever wondered why everything seems to be going downhill? Like, seriously, think about it. The world's a mess. We're more divided than ever. The economy's shaky. And don't even get me started on the news. It's enough to make you want to crawl into a bunker with a year's supply of elk meat and wait for the apocalypse. But here's the thing. It's not all just random chaos. There are some serious underlying reasons why everything feels so bad, and we need to talk about them. We need to understand what's going on so we can even begin to think about fixing it. So buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the heart of the darkness. We're going to explore the forces that are tearing our world apart and try to make some sense of this madness. Remember when you could actually talk about faith in public without someone trying to shut you down? Those days are long gone, man. We've pushed religion out of schools, out of government, out of the public square entirely. And you know what? I think we're paying the price for it. When you take away that foundational belief system, that sense of right and wrong that's bigger than all of us, things start to unravel. People lose their moral compass. They start looking out for themselves, and suddenly, it's every man for himself. The family used to be the bedrock of society. Mom, dad, kids. That was the unit, the foundation everything else was built on. But somewhere along the way, we decided to blow that up too. Divorce rates skyrocketed, single-parent households became the norm, and the whole concept of what a family is got turned on its head. And you can't just dismantle something that fundamental without consequences. Kids are growing up without that stability, without those role models, and it's messing them up. It's no coincidence that we've got all these social problems. It all goes back to the breakdown of the family. What's right and wrong? What used to be a pretty straightforward question has become a freaking free-for-all. Everyone's got their own truth now, their own set of values, and it's creating this chaotic moral landscape where nothing makes sense anymore. You can't build a society on that kind of shifting sand. You need some shared values, some common ground, or else it all just falls apart. And guess what? It feels like it's falling apart, doesn't it? Remember the days when you could actually have a conversation with someone who had different political views without wanting to punch them in the face? Me neither. We're so polarized now, so divided, that we can't even agree on basic facts, let alone find common ground on the big issues. It's like we're living in two different realities, and those realities are constantly at war with each other. It's exhausting, man, and it's tearing us apart from the inside out. The American dream used to be attainable, you know? Work hard, play by the rules, and you could build a good life for yourself and your family. But that dream is slipping away for a lot of people. The cost of living is insane, wages are stagnant, and the whole system feels rigged against the little guy. People are struggling just to make ends meet, and that creates a level of stress and anxiety that's off the charts. When you're worried about putting food on the table and keeping a roof over your head, it's hard to focus on anything else. It seems like everywhere you look, there's conflict. We're constantly bombarded with news of wars, terrorism, political unrest, and social upheaval. It's like the whole world is on edge, ready to explode at any minute. And all this conflict, it takes a toll. It creates fear, it breeds mistrust, and it makes it harder and harder to believe that things can ever get better. We live in an age of unprecedented medical advancement, yet somehow we're sicker than ever. Cancer, heart disease, diabetes, these chronic illnesses are running rampant, and nobody seems to have any answers. Is it the food we're eating, the chemicals we're exposed to, the stress of modern life? It's probably all of the above and then some. We're poisoning ourselves and our planet, and the consequences are becoming impossible to ignore. Opioid epidemic, meth crisis, fentanyl overdoses, it's like everyone's looking for an escape hatch, a way to numb the pain and escape from reality. And who can blame them? With everything going on in the world, it's no wonder people are turning to drugs in droves. But here's the thing about escape hatches. They don't actually lead anywhere. They just trap you in a cycle of addiction and despair. We're a nation of pill poppers. Got a headache? Take a pill. Feeling anxious? Take a pill. Can't sleep? Take a pill. Big Pharma has a pill for everything, and they've convinced us that we need them all. But what's the long-term cost of all this medication? We're masking the symptoms, but we're not addressing the root causes of our problems. And in the meantime, we're turning into a nation of addicts dependent on pharmaceuticals just to get through the day. We like to think of ourselves as the good guys, the defenders of freedom and democracy around the world. But the reality is a lot more complicated than that. We've got our fingers in a lot of pies and we're not always on the side of the angels. From drone strikes to regime change, we've been involved in some pretty shady stuff over the years, and it's not exactly made the world a safer place. Corruption, bribery, backroom deals, it's not just some third world problem, man, it's happening right here in the good old US of A. Our government is supposed to represent the people, but it seems like they're more interested in lining their own pockets and consolidating their power. And it's not just politicians either, it's lobbyists, corporations, special interests. The whole system is rigged to benefit the few at the expense of the many. Remember when crazy people were just, crazy? Now they've got Twitter accounts, podcasts, and book deals. We've given a platform to the fringes of society, and their voices are getting louder and louder. It's like we've lost the ability to distinguish between fact and fiction, between rational thought and utter insanity, and that's a dangerous road to go down. Look, I'm all for helping people, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. We can't just open our borders to the world and expect everything to be hunky-dory. We need to protect our own citizens, our own interests, while still finding a way to help those in need. It's a delicate balance, and frankly, I don't think we're doing a very good job of it right now. Look, I'm not trying to bum you out here. These are just some of the reasons why everything seems so bad. But the first step to solving a problem is admitting you have one, right? We need to wake up to the reality of what's happening around us. We need to start asking tough questions, challenging the status quo, and demanding better from our leaders. It's time to stop being passive observers and start taking action. We're at a crossroads, folks. The path we choose now will determine the future of our country and maybe even the world, so let's choose wisely.